Howdy, Immortalium here. Basically, this is my entry into Archangel Manga's anime manga giveaway contest. So yeah, basically he asked me to, recommend an anime or manga that, I found underrated. So I actually decided that I'll end up recommending an anime and manga. I hope that's okay. He wants me to select 2 prizes, so I thought I should give him like 2 series that he can look into. So yeah, by the underrated thing, what I like at first I was just kind of going, okay, what's considered underrated? But then I kind of thought to myself, maybe I should pick series that I don't talk about as much as I probably should. So I decided to go along that route. So while I don't consider either of these 2 underrated in the kind of general anime manga fan perspective, I certainly don't speak about them as much as I should. So I'll start off with the manga. Basically, this is a series called Azumanga Daioh. It is an omnibus from Yen Press, containing all 4 volumes. I think it was originally released by ADV Manga, but that's out of print now. So this is a comedy slice of life manga, but it is fantastically executed. The characters are very well developed. Basically, there's like 5 characters. I'll give you their kind of Sakaki, strong, silent, with a soft and fuzzy center. Chio, a towering intellect wrapped in a 10-year-old package. Tomo, the mouth. Yomi should stop eating if she wants to lose weight. And Osaka, well, she's different. Those characters are well developed. Not only that, they didn't actually mention the fact that their teacher is also heavily involved with their lives, and all the characters are quirky, charming. They actually undergo very good character development. But the main thing I want to say about the series is that it is hilarious. I would consider this the best comedy manga I have ever read. Actually, looking back on my top 10 manga list, I had read Hot Gimmick very recently at that point, so I actually don't think that should be on that list. I'd probably bring Cardcaptor Sakura up to 9 and put this in a 10. Because I cannot remember any manga actually making me laugh as hard as this, or as frequently. It's a 4-koma in general, which means kind of 4 panels working down to a specific gag. Very charming art, but basic. The background doesn't really get drawn in much, but very kind of great character expressions, nicely detailed characters. If you want an example of that, it's just it's a charming series. Every so often you get kind of a special where it comes out more drawn like normal manga, like here. Which they're nice little specials. I enjoy them. Even then, though, the backgrounds don't get drawn in too much. A lot of negative spacing. So if you have an issue with that, why are you reading manga in the first place? But it is a great looking series. It's hilarious. One thing that I will have to mention though about this series is that you will need to look at the translation notes quite frequently. Basically, because of the fact that this is a comedy series, you're gonna, there's gonna be a lot of kind of Japanese humor, and sometimes the jokes might not necessarily make as much sense as I would have liked. But they do these kind of, they just do a fantastic job at the translation notes at the end of each volume, I guess you could say. They have a huge list of translation notes. Like that's just for volume 1, 3 pages of translation notes. So it just it's a brilliant series, and I would highly recommend you get this, particularly if you're looking for a slice of life or comedy or anything. Plus, it's great value. 4 volumes, and I think I got this for like €11. So I would highly recommend you get this, and I would highly recommend anyone get this. So that's my kind of underrated manga. What I would consider my underrated anime, because I don't really think I've ever actually talked about this series at all in any of my videos, and that is Soul Eater. This has gotten a Toonami broadcast in America recently, and It's generally like a very popular series, so I wouldn't consider this underrated. But I don't think I've ever talked about this. This was the fourth anime I had ever seen, you know, once I started collecting anime. I watched this after watching Naruto. And it is a blast. It is just complete and utter fun. Basically, the plot is that Maka and Soul, which are the two characters on the cover, they want to become... they're at this academy, Death Academy. And basically, they want to become this kind of high-ranking person called a Death Side. And they need to do that by collecting 99 souls from kind of you know, demons and monsters and bad people, and also they also need to get a witch's soul as well. That storyline kind of falls by the wayside, kind of a little into it, and there's this kind of more overarching story that comes in, and plus there's other characters as well. You have these two. You have Black Star, Tsubaki, Death the Kid, Liz and Patty. And that kind of makes up your main three kind of groups of characters. And this series is just insanely fun. It's got this kind of gothic, Halloween-esque kind of feel to it, with kind of slight horror elements and lots of kind of psychological scenes. You have fantastically animated battle scenes. This is animated by Bones, who animated, I'm just trying to just Full Metal Alchemist, Oran High School Host Club, Jurosei. They've been releasing Space Dandy recently. So Bones is one of the is considered one of the best animation studios in Japan right now, and they do a fantastic job with this, capturing kind of the fluidity of the combat, the horror of the horror sequences, and the kind of the craziness of the psychological scenes. I would highly recommend you get this. Now, since my original watch of this, I've learned that it isn't as original as I originally thought it was. It is very much a shonen series, and I had a great deal of luck of kind of watching it before I realized kind of shonen cliches. But even if, you know, you're familiar with all the shonen cliches, you should still have a blast with this, and it's cheap as well. I think you can get all 51 episodes on Amazon for like £27 or something like that. And it comes with extras as well, audio commentaries, text us opening, closing songs, Soul Eater Late Night. So it's a great little package, and I would highly recommend you get it. So those are my two recommendations, one for manga, one for anime. Now, what I want, the main thing that I would like to win would be the 7 billion needles. Ever since I saw, well, I knew of it even before you did your review of it and everything. But I wasn't too sure about it, particularly since it was like an adaptation of a Western novel. You know, they're not always the best. But since your review, and also hearing lots of other people's opinions on it, I would love to read it. Plus, you know, I can never get enough Vertical, but it's out of print now, which is why I would really love to win this, and you know, I would do a review of it and everything. Failing that, the other thing I would like to get would be that Akira Volume 2 manga. I'm assuming that it's pretty much the same as Kodansha, it just doesn't have the Kodansha on the side, and I know it has a spine, not a spine damage, a cover damage, but I have some manga like that which has that damage, and it doesn't bother me too much, so I wouldn't mind that. And I need to start on my Akira collecting soon. I would love to start that at some point, and I think I can think of no better way to start that than this. So basically my number one choice would be 7 billion needles, you know, complete series. You know, I would love to see what all the hype is about, and the fact that it's out of print and from Vertical. But failing that, yeah, Volume 2 of Akira certainly wouldn't go amiss. So that's my entry for Archangel Manga's anime manga giveaway. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and bye bye.